Let's start basic stitching. The first stitch we will master will be the running stitch. You're going to punch into your printed design, turn your work frame over and pinch the shank of the needle. Pull the needle out and you'll be left holding a loop of thread. Holding that loop, return to the front of your canvas and take one stitch and pull that little thread through. Now we're going to stitch along this line using 1/2 inch length stitches. Withdraw your needle from the canvas and slide the point along 1/2 inch, punch into the tube. Slide along 1/2 inch, punch down to the tube. Now while I am doing this in a continuous motion, behind the canvas, I'll show you what's happening. Once you have punched in down as far as the tube will go, your needle will be extended as far as possible on the other side. Placing your finger on top of the needle, pull it out and just follow it through because it makes a little ball and you want to rest your finger on that ball. Go to the next one, punch in, follow your finger along, follow it out, and rest it on the little ball. To the next stitch, out, rest it on the ball. To the next stitch, finger on it, pull it out, and rest. Continuing in a 1/2 inch length stitch, you're going to continue to the bottom of the line. Now I would like to show you how to stop. Punch your needle in as far as it will go, flip over the canvas, place your 2 fingers on each side of the shank, return to the front side of the canvas, pull your needle out while you're still holding a little loop at the back. You can cut from the front and give a little scratch with your fingernail and the tail will go back to the back side of your canvas. We're going to fill in this little area with rows of stitches. You're going to start and stop like we did before by punching in, take a stitch, and then pull your little tail through. This can be done just by scratching. Now you want to take 1/2 inch stitches, but you want to stagger your stitch. You do not want to punch in the same location all the time. As you draw along the canvas, and it's most important to keep the point on the surface at all times, pass the punch mark from the previous row and drag. You do not want to punch in the same location all the time. You should not see any canvas between the rows. When you reach the end of the second line, rotate your needle so that the headlight looks at me, and then it's going to start coming right up alongside your work again to the top. This is the finished frame of the door on our visiting canvas. If you wish to take a look and see what you have accomplished on the back, which is relatively unimportant, we have a little ball every 1/2 inch. When stitching a running stitch on a curve, the only difference is you shorten the length of your stitch length and make tiny little stitches. When you get around the curve, you can lengthen your stitches, but when it's a deep curve, they're nice and short. This shows a pattern of the placement of your stitches. In the first example, we were very neat and punched the rows. The arrow indicates where there's a punch mark. And if you did this on your canvas and followed it right through to the bottom, you would have a punch line going down in straight lines. This is not the pattern you want either. Here we placed our 1/2 inch stitches very neatly in a brickwork style. This causes a zigzag punch marks going all the way down your canvas. The last example is the proper placement of stitches. You're following an irregular brickwork pattern.